Hello everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. Woohoo! Today we will be following streaming the third day of the round robins, and we are starting off with Excellence versus Pilaf, and after that we have another doozy. We're going to end with BPS versus Lead. So that's going to be great fun. Let me just take you to my garage because I accepted the invite. So that's safe now. Bit of house cleaning. There is a 3-minute delay on the stream. That is to avoid any stream sniping happening. And basically, there's a giveaway in the chat. If you guess the damage that Excellence does against B-Love in the third game of this round, you need to post your server, your in-game name, and the exact damage guess. So not 15k, so 15k, but like 15,769 or something like that. And last but not least, I apologize for any brain derps in advance. Also, my throat is still acting up, so while I am on cough drops and everything, there will be times that I cough, and I apologize in advance for that as well. So with that out of the way, let's have a quick look at the standing as it is right now. This is the top 8. We have BPS, B-Love, Excellence, Tornado, Liquid, Aqua, Mercy, and Lead. And so far, we have a very strong top 4, not gonna lie. BPS, B-Love, Excellence, and Tornado, all looking grand. And there's a good chance that after tonight, we're going to know who is through to the top 4 already. We still have one more day, one more round, I should say, tomorrow. So I will be streaming those as well. But yeah, it should be fun. I am looking forward to the games that we are seeing tonight, because honestly, it's been a lot of fun watching these guys play. Let's see, still have half a minute left before we can go into the room. And then we can look at the lineups and see how many Kranwagens they take. And if they take any Concept Bombies and Felices. And maybe even a light tank or a TD here and there. Yeah, so far it's been great fun. Like, to be fair, this is not a money season. And you can tell that because you miss some players that you usually have around. Like key players that are super pro and just amazing teams. The matches are very fun though, but you can tell that not everyone is gelled into the tour scene just yet, so to speak. So here we are. We are going to Normandy for our first game. So let me just get the map video for that, because honestly, these videos are really nice. I'm really glad we got them. I do like Normandy as a map. It can be very frustrating because it's a very large map, and there's a good chance that if your team goes the wrong way, they get obliterated, and then basically you can't win a 1 versus 7. At the same time, I usually just try to stick with my team. It helps that I play Supremacy only, so I definitely start by capping bases. But yeah, it is a gorgeous map. It is a very large map. I do like the larger maps as a whole, but sometimes they can be a bit frustrating. So that's where we are starting. And with just under 2 minutes left to go, both these teams are completely ready. This is also why I don't go into the room earlier. Like, aside from the delay only being 3 minutes, like basically if I were to show you the room at 4 minutes, there's a good chance that they will also already be readied up. Thank you, Eric. Eric that always does a little sound check for me because he knows that that's something that I worry about with the stream stuff. The fact that sometimes my microphone is a bit derpy or my sound is a bit derpy, so having that confirmation that stuff is working as it should is something I really appreciate. So yeah, like I said, let's see who takes how many crans. And we see that Excellence takes 6 of them and 1 Phillies. And on Belov's side we see only 5 of them. And a mouse and a Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. Mouse for me is an interesting choice on Normandy though. The thing is that it's difficult to run around with a mouse basically. It's difficult to relocate it. It's difficult to rotate it where else you may need it aside from where you originally intended to be. So I'm really curious to see where the mouse goes and what it will do. I was just gonna say, Martha, don't go anywhere. Half a minute left to go before we go into the first game of the evening. And then we'll see. Also find it so funny, like, the only times I look at how my videos have done is when I actually go towards the live control room. So that's before the streams even started. And I was looking at it and it was like 75% likes. Yeah, there were 3 likes. That means that 3 likes and 1 dislike. And I'm like, well, thank you for the click. Honestly, I don't really care about stats. I don't really care about subs. I kind of started YouTube because Wargaming started focusing more and more on the numbers when it came to community contributors. And they wanted literal content. So that's basically why I started making content. Oh, I got greetings from New Zealand. Greetings back from the Netherlands. No, speed boost happening everywhere. The fact that a light tank also has the supreme speed boost is a bit worse, I'm not gonna lie. The mouse is holding. Varta's going quickly for the base, which is a good move, but Object 3 is there. Immediately takes a hit though. I think, yeah, Uni arriving there does not get another hit in. And Varta is like, I don't really want to be here anymore. Which is probably a very wise move with all the tanks that are here. He would have been eaten alive between Object 3 and Uni. Bush gets shot at, but the Lavrushka is not actually in there. Yevgeny is now capping base A. He is going to get reset, I was just gonna say, just an HE reset. And the Lavrushka's bush is still getting shot. That sounds really wrong, but yeah, you get what I mean. Yevgeny's still trying to cap that base. Shooting back. And taking tiny bits of damage. The thing is that they can't afford to not cap the base. And they already have the trouble of not having gotten... Oof. Frame is now spotted. But you can just see that little bit of Yevgeny. Oh, now he missed. Now he can actually cap it. And that was very needed for Belov. They're already 100 points behind, mind you. They are shooting bushes and everything. Wata actually did take a hit there. Speed boost still activated. And he goes into a bit more secure position. The thing is, they know that he's in a corner now there, though. And you see Ireliasm actually shooting at him. They don't know exactly where he's... No, actually they do know. They know about where he's at, mainly because now they're shooting different places. But he did knock down a tree. They definitely know that he's still in the corner. We have Bay in the corner. More shots being fired. Yevgeny has relocated, climbed up top. I'm just going to call that one guy incoming. For reasons. The Lavrushka lost a little bit of HP. Everyone seems content to wait. Uni taking a little hit. But overall, not much is happening. Or no, that's wrong. A lot is happening. Not much action is being seen, let's put it that way. Because I nearly got flown into there. So I'm just going to take a corner position and we're going to look at things. The thing is, we have Ocean Nothing and the Lavrushka and Varta holding that whole corner. If they start to push, Varta is there to spot them early. Lavrushka is in an excellent hold down position. Yevgeny is holding there as well. And we have incoming actually moved. He was behind the bunker there, but now he dropped down to climb back up. We have Object 3 in the middle, hiding behind the plane. He's got backup from Jingleskog. Krim is still in the corner there, but these 4 have that whole corner locked down. If anything, Uni might be the tricky one to get because it's not always a free shot from there, from where Bay is, into here. But they will lose a lot of HP getting there. They know Yevgeny moved up. They also know that Object 3 is there. Krim is now hastily moving. They are losing the advantage that they had. Yevgeny moving into the base. No, he's not going for the cap. Ocean nothing, moving in. Crossfire is happening. Krim is heading for base A. Incoming is still there. It is a very slow game. We have less than 2 minutes left. Base A is now being stolen. Belov is in trouble. Excellent has a big point advantage. Belov seems lost. Incoming is still there. He's holding. He's keeping base A. But they need more than that. They need more bases. They need guns out of the way. Yevgeny is moving. He's the lowest. Well, no. Him and Warta are the lowest health. Excellence is pushing into the middle, which makes that base B and base C are impossible to cap. Excellent is in excellent positions here. Rumpelstiltskin losing HP. Excellent has all the map domination. Yevgeny is still there, but Classical is actually the one that goes down first. He basically, with him behind the building here, he got crossfired from both directions and there was nothing he could do. We're nearing 900 points. Ocean nothing is actually being focused on because he can't angle in both directions. Varta goes down, and with Ocean nothing going down, Excellence hits 1k points, and the game is for Excellence. The point advantage basically meant that Belov had to do something. But as soon as they did, Excellence just reacted. Oh my god, there's an Egazine jet. Hi. But that was brilliantly played. So that is the first game up and over. Belov now leaving the mouse behind but taking a 2-on-5B instead. Also an F3. And on the other side we see 6 Crown Wagons and, depending on what Aureliusm readies up in, a Felice. Even Warta is leaving the fast tank behind. And instead potentially going for a Crown Wagon if that is what they ready up in. Let's see, 50 seconds left to go. I lost my fidget spinner. I need to find it again because these are always the moments like I need something to do with my hand. And then I just play with the wire of my headphones, which is probably not a good idea. But there we are. Aureliusm actually taking an LT and Warta going for the Kronwagen. So that's going to be interesting. I wonder if he's going to be running around or if he's going to be capping bases like A, because they're tiny targets. And here we go. Countdown clock has begun. And like, there's a lot of whatchamacallit, experienced tour players on both these teams. And I mean like pro tour players. And you can tell that in the battles. This is more the tier 8 battles that I had in mind when I streamed tier 8. It's nothing against any of the other teams, mind you. It's been really good fun to watch them play. But I mean these like very slow building, patient games. Aureliusm going for the spots here. Spotting 2, but also getting spotted and immediately taking a hit. Classical's also been spotted. And base C and D are both being left behind. Ooh, we have Belov with a cheeky move. Going over the beach. Urizen gets spotted. And decides to not be there. But base D has now been kept. Excellence again. Getting that early cap. Incoming and Rumpelstiltskin have not been spotted yet though. And they are holding. The realism is still there. Oh, now incoming and Rumpelstiltskin have been spotted. Warta eating a full clip from Bay. Incoming basically is no longer coming anywhere. Realism decides to not be there anymore. Belov is now gone down. They are points down. Rumpelstiltskin is going up the hill. Prim is being pushed. Bay is being pushed as well. The Lavrushka is the preferred target for Excellence. He's not going to make it out there alive. The Lavrushka goes down, but so does Bay. And that's the second tank gone. Yevgeny is hurting a lot. He is so far surviving, but in a very precarious position. We have an F3 versus a Kranwagen. And Uni may not be able to survive this. But now they fight both. Prim and Yevgeny looking for ways to shoot one another. Krim surviving by the skin of his teeth, and actually Uni does go down. So does Krim. Giving now even Stevens with Yevgeny gone. 4v4, but there's a near 3k HP advantage in favor of Excellence here. Rumpelstiltskin still alive at the back there. Ocean Nothing driving away. They're sort of leaving Rumpelstiltskin behind. A now being stolen. Realism taking a big hit. Rumpelstiltskin is almost dead. He does want to try and shoot him. And he does eat another one. Junkelskog is now moving to get behind Rumpelstiltskin though. And he does not know that. Now he does, and it's too late, and he dies. Ocean Nothing has flanked. Does take out Eurydice and making it 3v3 again. We have Object 3 going after Classical. Classical is ready for it. We have these tiny little fights happening. D now being stolen. Ooh, that is cheeky. Object 3. Getting Classical out of the way there. Warta goes down as well, and now it's just Ocean Nothing. Very cleverly played. Paralympics has all the HP needed to deal with Ocean Nothing. Especially with the house while he reloads. Oh, that shot bouncing, or at least missing. Ocean Nothing goes down, and the second match is for Excellence as well. To be fair, I think that's to do with Eric Agassi just said, it's interesting that Belov is neglecting having a scout or mobility in general. It doesn't always work out, and with the Kranwagens having the super speed boost, basically the scout is also in danger. And that's the problem with with this meta. Or at least, no, not with the meta. That's the problem with the super speed boost, which shouldn't exist as a whole. I'm not a fan of any of the super consumables, honestly. We are moving on to Black Goldfield for the third game, which is the game for the giveaway. This is what it looks like. You have 3 bases, pretty evenly spaced across the map. With the blind shots nowadays, we generally, well, we could be seeing some damage early on in the game. I don't mind this map. I don't love this map. It's one of the many maps that I don't really mind. Beloved, the thing is that they are so strong. It's sometimes you can tell when they've sort of lost it, as in not as a whole, but I mean like they're unsure, and that unsurety is actually costing them the game, because Excellent is very confident and they play confidently. And that makes all the difference. I also need to unpin my thing. There we go. So, for Black Goldfield, we see the Concept 1Bs making an arrival. 3 of them for Excellence, together with 2 F3s, only 1 Kranwagen and a Felice. And we have 5 Kranwagens for Beloved. And... load in, please. Thank you. An F3 and a Rheinmetallpanzerwagen. Generally speaking, they will still want that little fast tank for the spots and to run around and everything. But it can be very tricky to make good use of them. Blind shots happening. And, oh, Bay actually does take a shot for that. Regular speed boost for the Concept 1Bs here. Making it... oh no, 2 of them do get spotted. And they are going into the corner. For those wondering, the Concept 1B is a very lovely tank these days. Very good fun to drive. I have a lot of OP replays with the Concept 1Bs these days, which I'll be showing some of in between matches, depending on how much time we have. So base C has been kept. Excellence again going for the early base cap and the base dominance that way. Varta having a good spotting position. They probably know whereabout he's at, even if not exact position. Look at that! That was multiple blinds. They expected him to be here, and 2 of them were right where he was, but didn't actually hit him. This is one of the things I love so much about tools, just the whole fact that they are basically aware of where people will be and what that can mean and how much they can shoot them there. So, incoming and Irrealism both taking some damage there. And incoming is now moved back. Sometimes you just have to basically decide to pronounce the name differently. For reasons. Paralympics holding behind the big giant silo there. And he may just be finding himself a Yevgeny here. He does take a hit. I want the Phillies so much, honestly. It is such a lovely tank. I do love auto reloaders as a whole. And look at the push happening into the corner. Jugoskog and Object 3 are in danger. Basically what they're doing now is they're whittling them down as much as they can. And then just reloading. And maybe running. Which I can't really blame them for. Jugoskog does take 1 hit for that, but that's only 1. And they're running around. Now they are in trouble though, because the focus fire is not there. Base A is being stolen at the other side. Jungle Skog is going to go down. Object 3 may still be able to reload and get 1 more clip in. Maybe. Maybe. He does do that, but after that he dies. That is 2 guns gone from Excellence versus only Ocean Nothing from Belove. Incoming is not going to be long for this world though, even though Krim has to reload a little bit longer. Bay lands a good one there, and then they take him out. So far, there's like a... what is it? 150 point disadvantage to Belove. Now they're just holding. Bay is being very forwards here. Eating shots. It's actually Paralympics that takes out Yevgeny. And now they have to be careful. Belove, that is. We're at 850 points. They don't need to take any chances. The Lavrushka. Oof. Nice crossfire by Paralympics and Krim here. And now it's just 3 left. We have Varta running around. Base B is now also stolen. 940 points. Oof, Bay does go down. And Uni will not survive this either. And basically, Rumpelstiltskin is very low on HP, I was going to say, and it's going to go down. And they can't really afford that. Classical is being set upon by Krim, but he doesn't actually get to die because the chime is already rung and the game is for Excellence. So little things happening. This is when it's hard to properly spectate because you want to show everything and your camera just isn't wide enough to cover the whole battlefield. But yeah, that means that the damage guessing for Excellence versus Belove is 16,893. So now, Excellence is up for match point. If they win the next game, then they've got a point for this matchup. Let's see. For the second game, the concept bombies are partially being replaced by Kranwagens. Paralympics is skipping the Felice. I can't blame him. I would drive it too if I had it. Ooh, Krim going for the Hori. So we see 1 concept bombi, 3 Kranwagens, a Hori, a Felice and a Rijnmeter Panzerwagen for Excellence. And on Belov's side we now see 2 Rijnmeter Panzerwagens and a mouse and 4 Kranwagens. Again, curious to see what the mouse will do, because with Black Goldfield being such a crossfire map, that could be tricky though. 30 seconds left before we go into the 4th game of this best of 7. And let's see if Excellence can make this a streak. It's also why I like the round robin so much. Like, there is pressure. Every point counts, of course. But not as much as when you know you're going to be knocked out instantly if you don't get this, so to speak. Like with the either single elimination or at some point in double eliminations. I like the round robins best. With the push to the concept on bees in the corner with all the Kranwagens. A lot of shots happening. No one actually getting it. This is why I love the colored traces, honestly. Like, all the shots are happening. Uni and... oh, Irrealism in danger as well. Oh no, he missed. And now he's on a reload. Tungsten and adrenaline. Uni is definitely in danger, and there's not much he can do. All he can do is sell his skin as expensively as he can. Oof, Classical losing a lot of HP. But Uni is now a one-shot. And we have the Kranwagens moving in. There's not really much Uni can do here. Oof. And he gets taken out. That was flying a bit too far back for me, sorry. Very well played by the cheeky little Panzerwagens. I think the Excellence may have expected them to go towards base A instead. So base C has been kept. And for once, Bilov has the early base cap advantage and point advantage. A now being kept by Irrealism. Rumpelstiltskin going to a spotting position. Varta also running behind the back there. And we have Irrealism lighting up Rumpelstiltskin. He's not spotted himself yet though. Yevgeny is hightailing it out of there. Paralympics getting reset at base B. But Excellent does need that base to get the point advantage back. And he gets reset again. Oh, but that was expensive for Ocean Nothing and Classical. He does take a bit of a hit there. Is still capping. But oh my god, the decapping is costing Pilaf so much HP. And at some point they won't be able to reset it because they simply don't have the HP to. Jungle Skulk having landed some excellent shots there. This is where the little light tanks make so much difference. Yevgeny is almost gone. He is actually still spotted. He's got a grand total of 21 HP. And there you go. Bay takes him out. Did he though? Not sure. Classical now being set upon. We have Ocean Nothing getting behind Paralympics. Varta and Krim both go down. Classical goes down. It is 5 versus 3. What started off as a great game for Bilov basically got ruined by Paralympics capping base B. Now we just have incoming and the Lavrushka left. Irrealism just running around here. And they can just push. They have all the HP needed. Irrealism just being a bully. Going in for the hug. The Lavrushka goes down and incoming goes down on the chime. Excellence winning this matchup in a 4-0. She just said in the chat, why is it always round robin? Poor Square Steve is not getting any love. Oh god. Yeah, that's the same level my humor is at. But brilliantly played by Excellence here. It's just chef's kiss, honestly. Beautiful to watch. So yeah, that's it for the first matchup. I don't think anyone else will be done yet because the 4-0. Oof. No, actually we do. That was also 4-0 versus Aqua. Oh dear. We have excellent. Well, no, we saw excellence. Let's see. Tornado, how are you doing? They won. No, they are still going. Versus Mercy. And we are missing Lead. Lead is versus Liquid. Overwatch has been so much fun to watch. I'm going to quickly check those messages, but I'm not going to show you them in case it's something private. Clanmate asking for a platoon, which I can't. And I got something in Cyrillic that I have no idea what it means. So let me just translate that. Oh, they need one play in a tour. I'm sorry I cannot join you. I am streaming right now. There we go. There we go. Go back. So yeah, we have some replays. I have a lot of Concept 1B replays. I'm going to show you one from the Nile. And after that, we'll watch something else, as in another tank. The tank is just completely too strong right now. I love it. It's very fun to play, mind you. But it's not quite healthy. In the meantime, let me just quickly... And the winner of the crates, in the meantime, are Darkman SMX, A Professor A, and Helmi Musa. Congratulations. Also, that also means that I can actually, once the game is over on stream, which it is now, I can post a second giveaway. Also need to be careful of the start guessing now. Also need to be careful of the delay. That's the word I was looking for. I will get there eventually. It just takes some time. Basically, with the delay, for me, something is over and I want to post the announcement. Then I just realized, oh dear, it's actually, oh, that might be... No, he's fine. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna help. But yeah, with the delay, the match might be over for me, but if I then post the announcement, it can still be going on for you. Also, when you post your guess, please let Eric know which month you're guessing for. Ouch. So Daniel decides that he doesn't want to be there. With the battle passes, basically, the reason that I'm still offering March is because the March pass is so special. So if you have like the big one, it can definitely be worth getting the March pass. That's why I'm still offering both. Ouch. Hmm. That works. Okay. Oh. But yeah, always happy to give away battle passes, which is another reason that I like streaming tours. That is, I like doing that with the help of Agassi and Eric, because honestly, it is a lot harder to do these giveaways if you do not have an excellent moderator team. I know I could send a screenshot, I just wanted to know right away, so I did reply. Yes, the next match starts in, well, by the time you hear this, half an hour. No, it's slightly less, 25 minutes. Basically start at 4 minutes past the hour, which for me is 9 p.m. Yeah. Wow, that was special. Mr. Romeo dropping in, quite literally. The thing is, though, that when you don't know... No, this is... I should start differently. Back in the day, we used to have chat on EU. It used to be global chat. And that basically got switched off. Oof. Because people were too toxic. And it wasn't the Cyrillic people that were too toxic. It was the people that didn't know what was said in Cyrillic that were toxic. Hello there. Free damage. Whoop whoop. Kapoof. But the thing is, when you don't know the alphabet, and the fact that generally speaking, Blitz people are usually toxic when they talk to you, the assumption of what's being said being toxic is an easy one. Oh, look at that Raz, though. I actually did not keep track of that. That was fantastic. Well done. Beautiful. But yeah, that's also why I don't want to assume that what I'm reading is in any way toxic. That's why I like translating stuff. But in this case, he was literally just asking me to join a tour. Let's see. Also, if you do win a March Pass, I asked Toyon to credit it immediately, so she basically goes out of her way to credit these people individually. What do I have? I am curious about this one as well. We're going to watch a game from Helmi Musa. Yesterday we watched a a Rinoceronte game with the most epic ending ever. This is also fun because the Diamond the Panzerwagen is one of the meta tanks, and I like showing that off as well. Two-shot autoloaders are one of my favorite types of tanks to play. That and auto reloaders. Like, they can work out. So to be fair though, the constant bomb B is unbalanced. I wouldn't say completely overpowered, because it can be quite easy to shoot. But in the hands of a pro player, it's completely overpowered. But that's a lot to do with the player as well. Just stressing that. Let's see. Nice. Honestly, oof, I want to play more of the console 1B because it's right now it is very fun to play. Yes, I was just gonna say you're gonna get someone behind you. That's not good. He's basically leaving his teammate there. Ow. But yeah, we had that before already with the T-77, and after that we had the Object 752. Two-shot clippers are so good. I love that in the Yo as well. I use the two-shot version. Look at how cheeky he is being, though. Like, they're not even paying attention to him, which just lets him farm. And he is being careful. Kapoof! And he's making it so that they have to choose which side to look at. And that is basically the whole role of a light tank. It's not about just spotting. You also have to make them do exactly this. Like, if they have to choose to look at you or look at someone else, and you make the other party more attractive to them to shoot, well, the E5 knows he's dangerous. Nice bounce. Nice track. Nice. Oh, what a game, though. You made it look so smooth there. Beautiful. I don't have that many reses either, to be honest. I think I have 17, maybe? If even that, I might have a lot less. This wasn't even an ace though, but that was a very smooth replay. Thank you for showing that. I really appreciate that. I like games like that. Let's see, how many reses do I have? Oh, pardon, I have 21. I wish you could just see in which tank. Well, to be fair, I know I have some in Nikanyotsu, but that was before it was handed out for free. So when it was completely OP a long time ago. Basically, the March Battle Pass system, I'll just quickly explain that. You have different levels of it. Well, graphics wise is not really showing up for me here, but that's to do with the fact that I use a mod on PC to stream properly. But that the rewards are different depending on the tier of pass you have. There's three ones. There's a cheap one, the sort of regular one, and there's this one, which basically requires a lot more effort. Like if you look at the missions, they are about triple what you need to do regularly, like on the normal pass. So the rewards are also better. The pass is also a lot more expensive to buy. Like, let's see, like here. The extended pass, now that's the premium pass is 19 euro instead of the 9 euro that the regular pass is. So it's a lot more expensive. So in that way, getting the March pass can get you a lot more value right now if you have the difficult one like I do. That is why I'm offering to give away the March pass. Also, the reason that you see the bundle in the store for me here and everything is unlocked here is because I got it, as in from Wargaming. So that's why the March pass might be worth asking for, even though it's already the 21st, because you can still get all the rewards. Like the difference is, no, that's not the one that I wanted. This is what I wanted. Going back to the beginning, this kind of looks normal. You get more credits, more free XP, more boosters. You also get more of these camo certs. And you also, let's see, here's even more. You get 4 of them. The special camo is of course the same thing, but you also get crates, like the containers for the tank types and everything. You get those. And later on, you also get like nation containers. So here you have a whole bunch of crates here, ending with a premium tier 9 and a premium tier 10 container, mind you. This does not mean that you get the tank, because there's only a 5% drop chance. But basically, the value of that right now, to me, the value of the pass is not worth the effort that you need to, and the money that you need to put into it. But if you can get the pass for free, of course that is worth it. So that's why the March pass is different. They're experimenting with it this month. Basically, I'm not against the system itself, but I feel that people should have a choice. Like, I don't want the game to decide for me if I can play a lot in this month or not. The thing is that no, it did not depend on your recent activity. That's the stupidest part. Moringa did not get the big pass, and he's one of the most active players out there. So it's really stupid. We don't know exactly what it was based on. It was supposed to be activity, but either that went wrong, or that wasn't the case. So yeah, with that all behind us, I am going to show you a game of myself. Hmm. Hmm. I can show you the T7. I think this was a fun game. Sorry. But yeah, I definitely still club. Back in the day especially, because it was great fun then. But I play whatever tier I'm in the mood for. So if I want serious gameplay, I play tier 10. If I need to do missions that require tier 4 or above, I prefer 6 or 8 usually. But overall, I will play whatever tier I'm in the mood for. But yeah, this is one of my most beloved tanks, honestly. I love the T77. If you want, Xiao, I can still request for you to get the March Pass. But I don't know which type you have. So if you don't have crates, I would just stick to April. We don't know if they're going to extend the experiment or not, or if we're just gonna go back to the regular pass. But either way, you will get a pass, so it's a good price. I kind of wanted to get base B at the same time. I was afraid of the team dying too quickly. And this definitely helped. He's just driving against the block there. So I wasn't sure where I wanted to go at this stage. When teammates drive, I'm always afraid to get blocked somehow. That was so useless. The thing is, I also need to be aware of the fact that I could get shot in the face in this tank. But this is again the strength of a two-shot clipper. I really wanted to kill that guy. This also helps when you see them aim, 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 and then you move. Just always give it time. Give it time to aim and stand still. That always helps with your shots. I can see, don't forget to say which pass you want. Yeah, this is why I need to aim carefully. I'm also getting shot in the rear. But I still got the kill there, so I'm proud of that. So it is now 3 versus 4. I don't like the Tornwagen. And I don't like the Chimera. Chimera gets taken out. So now I have to decide how to deal with the Tornwagen. 3v3. Okay, like if they drive like that, it makes it a lot easier. So we have a defender. And I always forget the 50 TP. And right now I know I'm having an okay game. So I just want to get the shots in. Of course, I didn't penetrate his armor, which is useless. Actually, I have been following the whole questing. I actually completed my 2 quests yesterday. Oof. And I got a Top Gun there. It's nice to get some free stuff, honestly. This is also with the event that's going on right now. I still can't quite believe this was an ace, to be honest. Because it didn't really... It was a smooth game and I liked it, but it didn't quite feel like an ace. Let's see, I think 302 supremacy points help with that. Let's see, we still have about 15 minutes left. Let's watch another game by Denial. That is not a concept zombie game. Ooh, a lollipop tune. I love the colors of this camouflage, to be honest. If not the teeth, but I love the colors. Let's see. And when we get closer to the time that the room will be up, then I will look at the points and everything. This is the thing, though. Super consumables should be cancelled. Zerd is being very forwards here. Oof. Denial is just like, I don't really want to be here anymore. Let Zert die. The thing that makes this really funny to me is the fact that it also happens in tour battles. Zerd is usually the sacrificial lamb. Oh, there's another tonk there. And he just fired as well. And now we have the Minotauro. Also getting tracked, and then you just park your tank behind it and start farming them. Nice, then he gets the kill. And so Daniel goes off to chase other tanks again. Mainly the Batchat here. Oh, nice. Kaboof! I know they say katof, but it just always sounds like kaboof. And that's the noise you make when you blow up. Let's see. Oh, that would have been so good if that went in, though. Don't block your friendly teammate. Nice little bounce. Daniel's being very forward. Look at how smooth he makes it look, though. He makes it look so easy. Kaboof! And kaboof! Smooth as F. But yeah, I hope the whole Battle Pass explanation thing made sense. I've given Wargaming my feedback about it. Also, one of the things that irks me about it is the fact that you still get the missions where you can drive only one specific nation and one type of tank. And with the amount of effort the new pass takes, it's just too much. Look at that, though. Did he change his name? He changed his name. Was Zerd a while ago. And let's see, what else have I got? Yeah, we got time for one more. I have... This was the other game I was wondering if I should show it before. I love the 5A. This is basically, I needed to win in Chinese heavies for this, or in heavy tanks, and had a seasonal. I don't even quite remember, but there was a reason why I picked it. I do love it. Let's see. And I do love Canal. Canal is one of my favorite maps, regardless of what tank I drive, to be honest. But I just like going for a quick cap, so that you can actually get like the points. Also note how Marinka is in the concept 1B. Completely OP in his hands. Oh, hello there. Getting some assisted damage there. Nice little bounce, even if it was completely accidental. But then he still shows me his lower plate and I can land one in him. Marinka's being very forward. He doesn't really have much support there. And I want to help him, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm gonna be arriving in time. But I do turn around to actually try, at least. The thing is, usually, he's the one saving me instead of the other way around. Aww. It was actually the Leo that killed him, though. The Chinese tank sounds... That was special. The Chinese tank sounds so weird, though. But then it was low roll. So it is 4v4, but we have a base, soon to be 2. Oof! I do eat one for that. But I get some... I'm not sure if I got assisted damage from that specific one. I got a nice bunch of assisted damage. Oh no, I did from that. GG. But actually also works. I'm a bit afraid to move here. Nope, denied. But I don't need this base. This was funny though. Because he actually just decided to drive there. Oof. Poshio was actually a legend. Like, I was afraid of the Death Star maybe nuking me. But he's just there and being fabulous. And now I'm like, eh, he can nuke me. I can take a hit, but then I actually bounce, which just makes it even better. There we go. I was happy with this ace. To be fair, I find Canal one of the maps where I get aces in heavies more easily because of the fact that I'm just basically being a heavy spotter. This was also one of the very rare occasions where I was the one carrying Marinka instead of the other way around. Let's see. My microphone is slowly falling, so I'm just tightening the stand a bit. Anyway, now we're going to wait, so we're going to go into the standing. So we have BPS that won. We knew that. Excellence 1 versus Belov. Tornado. Oh, they lost versus Mercy. So that earned Mercy another point, which makes the next 2 matches very important. Actually had a chat about Mercy on the server earlier today, because I basically... Oh, Liquid got there. Oh, there we go. Liquid got their first point. No, they didn't. Where did they get the point? That was yesterday. They did have a point. Never mind me. Lead got a point. That was their first point. Yes, Lead got the point. I was like, there was a team on 0. But yeah, basically now we have an interesting thing. Basically, BPS and Excellence are through, definitely. They are definitely through. And then you have Belov, Tornado, and Mercy. And that will depend a bit on what's going to happen now. So we have Belov and Tornado. That's basically important to both of them, because they both need that point. And then Mercy is versus Liquid. So if Mercy wins, then they're still in the running. If they lose, then it's not completely impossible yet, actually, because it also depends on the round that happens tomorrow. But it is tricky. So yeah, we are getting ready for the next set of games. Also, I'm so not finishing this order. Like, to be fair, I don't quite care about this. Because it does look cute, but I like the bats more. Thus, fingers crossed. I don't know when. I can be patient very much, so I'm in no rush. But I will eventually have a ladybug attachment. And that means that I will be using that on everything. But yeah, the 5A, I still like it. But it's kind of like, I like the heavium tanks. So I like the S8, I like the object, IS8, I mean, I like the object 260, those kind of things. Like they have more mobility, a bit of troll armor, and then just, yeah, they float my boat. So, BBS versus Lead. We are starting it off on Yukon. So let's start with that little map preview. You have 4 bases on this map. 2 close to the spawns and 2 in the corners, basically. This is one of the more interesting... No, to be fair, no. All 4 base maps make for interesting tool battles because you have more bases to dominate. It's not just 3 positions, one close to you that you will probably get. You have to think a lot about who you position where and which base you're going to give up. So that's one of the reasons that I like 4 base maps for tools. At least for me as spectator. I can imagine that they might be quite frustrating to play on. Hey Berke. Hey Cooler. Hello everyone. Oh, sometimes I look at the chat and I see someone kind of be like, oh, you're there. Oh, look at what Lead is doing. If they actually stick with this though, oh, I'll be such a happy bunny. Now, I don't think you can take the Sheridan missile. That would be so broken though. You would have missiles everywhere. Missiles should, no, super consumables should be removed and missiles should be removed as a whole. That's my take and I'll stick with it. Yeah, just over a minute left to go, and we see potentially 5 rhinocerontes. I absolutely love the rhino. It's one of my favorite tanks in the game. Such a lovely... Well, to be fair, it is an auto reloader, so yeah, of course it floats my boat. And we have BPS getting ready with a Felice, 3 kraanwagens, een ram met de panzerwagen, een constant one B, and maybe a Vickers for Kitsune. Yeah, to be fair, no, with the passing, I've was explained that before, because the March Pass is special. If you got the big one, then getting the March Pass may be interesting for you. Because of the rewards. And we don't know if they're going to do this again in April or not. 15 seconds left to go. For Dane, actually in the Type 71. 10 seconds left. They are actually taking Rhinocerontes. Ooh. I can't wait to see how that goes. Again, love Rhinoceronte. It's one of the tanks that I've got to rank 50 quickest. And let's see what they're gonna do with them. BPS, there's gotta be like, huh? Rhinos? No crown balance? Also, find diffuse one of the prettiest camos there is. We have BPS focusing entirely on the D side, except for the Felice, which is probably going to cap a base. Bobby going to corner. He's going to find Mila there. They both shoot one another. It needs a legendary camo though. Apple shooting Kitsune. And not to be. The rhinocerontes are wolfpacking in the middle. We have Lyudmila being absolutely obliterated here. And there he goes. Not to be getting tracked, has to be careful. Is now on a reload. Hypnotizing. Needing to deal with Yumiya, also getting tracked. But is not actually pulling back, is going forwards. We have Yumiya almost gone. Hypnotizing. Going forwards, wanted to get that kill, but 97th goes down first. Now Hypnotizing is in a precarious position because he's got 2 tanks behind him. Yumiya and Apple both go down. Fourdain is getting shot at. Hypnotizing is not going to survive this. And there he goes. Taken out by Not Your Daddy. There goes Fourdain. Bait now dealing with Amadeus. Not Your Daddy's not looking too healthy. Nice bounces there though by Bait. Troll goes down, making it a 5v2. With Amadeus not looking too healthy. But Not To Be has arrived there. And I don't think Amadeus is going to survive that. No, he does not. Amadeus, Not Your Daddy, both go down at the same time. And this is basically... Ostrovleni literally dropping in here. GG. Really? You don't have the atypical event because of the crates in it? That is stupid. Ah. Basically, Agassi lives in Belgium, and Belgium has very strict no gambling in games laws. But yeah, the rhinocerontes did not work out there. Is it getting removed? Are all the currencies getting removed? Oh, that's good to know, because I was actually wondering if I wanted to save it for something else. But I might as well just use it then. I need to look at that, look at the news more closely, because I've just not been paying attention. So for the second game on Yukon, Lead is now ready with 3 Kranwagens, 3 Rheinmetall Panzerwagens, and a mouse. And BPS is taking potentially 4 Kranwagens, a Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, a Phillies, and an F3. Said it before, I'll say it again. I want that tank, the Phillies. I hate the whole Black Friday event thing. I hate the Waffen event thing. I hate the Oktoberfest event thing. Not for the events itself, but the fact that the tanks that you can get there are like super exclusive. And you need a lot of money or a lot of luck. But mainly a lot of money in order to get them. So I'm not a fan of that. And I get Wargaming wanting to make money, but I think that with the all crates as you used them, where you didn't feel screwed over if you bought them, you would still get something worth it, even if you didn't get the tank. But like, this is also how they sold my beloved carrot first. And to be fair, I know it's likely to come around again in August, that the Philly status, because so far, every Black Friday tank has then been sold in August or September. So I can be patient for that. I just dislike the whole concept of tanks being sold that way. So we have Bobby and Lyudmila again going towards the corner. And we have Troll. Troll actually getting stuck against the building there. And somehow miraculously not getting shot for that. He does get shot for that one though. Lyudmila's not looking too healthy. is being chased, but we have 3 Kranwagons and a mouse lying in wait. Mouse has been spotted though, so I didn't know he's driving that. And not to be is actually not capping the base. Bobby might be doing that soon though. The mouse being farmed from multiple directions. Basically, the thing is that a mouse, when angled well, is an impenetrable fortress. But it can only angle in one direction. So we have Yumiya behind the building there. Amadeus. He's actually not going... Wait, he almost got shot again. Both teams have 2 bases. Lead has a tiny point advantage here. But they also have 3 very juicy tanks. And while that may work with capping the bases, that might make things very, very difficult. I'm flying very, very high. It does feel that like that, doesn't it? Eric just said, to be fair, I feel like we're more or less jumping from event to event now. You're absolutely right. I think that's also partially to do with Reforged. The fact that they basically want to try and keep people engaged until it rolls out. Kitsune has to be careful. Mouse now angling the other way. They're waiting for Kitsune to make that move. But it's actually Yumiya that is spotting. Ooh, lucky. Tried to shoot the Felice, but that did not work. Not your daddy is going to go down. He's gone. And that immediately gives BPS the point advantage. We have Troll now moving in. The thing is, Troll is a 1-clip. He's gone. Yumiya is not going to be... Well, there he goes. And that means it's a 7 versus 4 with 7 pretty healthy tanks still. Hypnotizing is the least healthy of all. Not to be dealing with Apple and Fordane, but now having his friends arrive, and he still survives with a grand total of 19 HP. Is not to be going to survive though, that is the question. That is the question, is he? He is! Lyudmila is still alive, if barely. But not to be survives on very, 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 very little HP. To be fair, I don't mind the laws of Belgium with the non-crate thing. The thing is that they can't even get crates that are free. Like the ones that you can get from just playing. Or the ones that you literally get for free places. That sort of stuff I find is like not okay. I get that you can't buy them. Or that you can't gift them. Yeah, I can't gift Legacy crates either. Like, doesn't work. So I can get behind that. But the fact that basically, because otherwise people could circumvent it by having friends give them stuff and then giving their phones money and stuff. So I do get that. But yeah, anyway, we are going to go to Molendijk, which is my favorite map in the game. It is absolutely beautiful. It has 3 bases. It is a tricky map to play on. It can be a very tricky tool map, but usually it's quite fun. Okay. We're stopping the guessing now on pin message. But yeah, Molendijk just looks gorgeous. It is based on my country, so I am biased, to be fair. The only thing that is different is that my country isn't that hilly. The part of the country that I am in is more hillier than the rest of it, but you could also call us the Flatterlands. But yeah. Anyway, for the third game on Molendijk in this case, we see 2 T62A, a KMPZ 50T, 3 Rheinmetall Panzerwagens and a Grill, versus a Vickers, a Felice, 3 Concept 1Bs, a Rheinmetall Panzerwagen and a Kranwagen. I kind of have a feeling, just a small hunch, that Lead isn't taking it all that serious anymore. Which, to be fair, since they don't have a chance to reach top 4 anymore, I kind of do get, because they are taking the play seriously, they're not taking the lineup slot seriously. We're just going to stick with Kitsune. We see all the speed boost happening. Nice little spotting bush for Kitsune. Yumiya already going full YOLO. Not to be missing that shot. Base A is getting capped. Not to be actually does take a hit there. And Yumiya somehow survives. No, never mind. Amadeus got him. So even though Lead did get a base, basically, oh, Kitsune also getting a bit of damage. Not your daddy running away. 97th landing hit. We have Troll in the Felice. Sorry, Troll in the grill, camping at the back there. Dane is almost gone. And the concept 1Bs are casually just reloading before they're going to yeet Dane. Or maybe not. They don't need to take a risk. Dane is running away. And 6-7 bait. Actually got, oof, not to be losing a bit of HP. The thing is, when you get a troll lineup like this, is that you may actually get in trouble if you don't take them seriously enough. Did he do 8 damage in a shot? Well, now Troll has also been spotted. But did he do 8 damage in a shot there? Dane is still alive. All 7 tanks for BPS are still alive. Focus fire not quite there, but it's fine. It's fine. Bobby moving in now, going for all the kills. That is 2. Amadeus already got one though, so he can't get a 2 or res. Mila is running off. Kitsune actually dies there. Troll. Just getting chased down by Bobby here. Not your daddy goes down as well. And now we just have Mila. We're just going to go to first person now with only 1 person left. He is getting shot at. BPS has 2 bases. And Mila is like, I'm just going to... Oh, I'm actually getting shot. I'm being chased by Bobby Fischer. I bet there's a lot of guys that would like that. Let me reverse side scrape in a light tank. Hug him to death. Nope, Bobby Fischer gets the kill there. So that is the 3rd game up and over. And that's a very low damage score. Not a lot of HP to be had with all these meds and light tanks. That means that the score for BPS is 13,028. Oh my god, no, Nat, did not... Honestly, did you not know else from the Floodlands? I am missing some of the chat, by the way, because I'm just can only look in between matches. Oh no, I think Darkman said that to Nat that he didn't know that I'm from the same country. But yeah, honestly, I'm not against Crate as a whole, because they can be great fun. But when a country outright outlaws them, the free stuff should still be had, to be honest, in my opinion. But yeah, they did get all the, the damage there. Nat already felt it. And to be fair, I know that Wargaming does want people to play tours, but there isn't much going on there, to be honest. Like, we're all ready for Reforged, so I think that... Oof, are they leaving? No, they're there. Or we're getting bat chats and move. Okay, yeah, I'm sticking with what I said last battle. But BPS is taking 2 Concept 1B's, a 205B, a Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, 2 Kranwagens, and I forgot what the last one was. An IS-7. Okay. We're going for the different lineups, let's say. BPS splitting up. And this also means I already know the winners. Let's see. Troll being very forward here. He's going to have an IS-7 in his face. Hello there, says the IS-7. I like how Amadeus is just not bothered by Troll at all. What do you mean there's a light tank in my face? Shots are happening. Troll is still alive somehow. Yumiya losing a bit more HP. Amadeus and Postravleni actually pulling back, but Troll goes down. Postravleni eating some shots here. A has actually been capped. You have Ludmilla versus Bobby Fischer there. And he needs help from his friend, which he is going to get. There we go. Hypnotizing, saving his body here. Yumiya goes down. Not your daddy. 97th also getting shot there. So now it is 7 versus 4. There's a 4k HP advantage in BPS's favor. Also point favor and all of that. Kitsun going after bait together with Postravleni. Oh, that was an ammo. That's just adding instant. Sorry, honestly. Ammo rack and all. Apple goes down. Foudane. Whee! No. Hug refused. And shot refused. Foudane gets his live a split second longer. And there he goes. And there goes Not Your Daddy. And lead is out. And BPS gets the point. So yeah, that means that the winners for the battle passes are Netforce and Smarthave. Probably pronounced that wrong, I do apologize. 237, and you want a March pass, so I will pass it on to Toyon, and with the request to hand that out as soon as possible. So hopefully that will be in your garage by tomorrow. So that, to be fair, these games were fun, but you could tell that Lead wasn't quite taken seriously anymore. So let's see. These games are still in progress. BPS is just completely settled, definitely through to the top 4. Excellence is still battling Aqua. I don't think I'm gonna wait for it because it could take a while before we have all the points. And to be fair, all my games are over now. So that's going to be it for me. Going to wait until the battle is actually over on stream because that was a pretty quick battle as well. Honestly. Yeah. Um Hopefully the boss will arrive tomorrow. For April, obviously you have to wait until April starts. And the fan containers are likely to come in April as well. Because basically what happens now is that I put all my winners in a sheet except for the March passes. I pass those on directly. And the sheet is the official tour street, so technically they could check it every time, but basically, because it would be impossible to um, hand out things bit by bit without getting confused, I do understand them doing that all early April. No, no, lead can't actually make it. I'll show you. This is the scoreboard. Everyone with 1 point can no longer. Not technically speaking, if they had won this, they would have had a very small chance if Beloved, Tornado, and Mercy lost all their matches and they also won tomorrow. And tomorrow they are up against Aqua. So it wasn't a complete impossibility, but it was very unlikely. And now it's definitely not happening anymore. Because in order to have a chance, they need to have at least 3 points by the end of tomorrow's matches, that is. And that also depends a lot on what happens in this matchup. Because we have Bilo versus Tornado right now. So whoever wins that is secure. Then Mercy has to win as well if they want to make top 4. They are up against Liquid. And Lead, if they had won this, basically with 3 points there's still a chance if Tornado and Beloved don't win any other matches, so to speak. So yeah, BPS and Excellence are just excellent and through. So that is it for me tonight. I thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The matches were quite fun. And I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be streaming Apex server and EU server. So I will be on at noon and at 8 p.m. my time. That is CET right now. And then after that, we'll see with the final stages. Because that's up to Wargame to decide who gets to stream what and when and all. So yeah. Thank you all for watching again. Agassi, Eric, thank you so much for managing the chat and the giveaway for me. And I will see you all tomorrow. Good night.